Hello, everybody. This is Twitter for Schools, Episode 1, Your Account and Hashtag. This is the first episode of a 5-part series, all designed to help educators, principals, administrators, or anybody who's really interested in just starting a Twitter account for their school to best maximize their message. My name is Ryan O'Donnell. I am a TOSA in Rocklin, California. You can follow me at Creative EdTech. And the reason why I've created these videos is to be able to help administrators and teachers and, like I said, educators, anybody really interested in trying to be able to maximize Twitter. And so this first episode, we're really going to focus on the process from the very beginning about how to be able to create an account. And more importantly than the account per se is about how to be able to come up with that hashtag, which ultimately is the branding of your message. And so first off, I'm going to jump out from here and I'm going to go over to my Twitter account. This is my own personal account, which has already been set up. And for you as an educator, you may already have your own account. What we're going to be able to do is we don't want necessarily an account just for yourself. Like this one is myself as the educator, and I share my thoughts and ideas regarding all things education. But that's for me as a person. You, let's say, as a principal, may have an account already, but we want to be able to come up with one that is specifically just for your school. So I'm going to come over to another account that I have. This one here is I am one of the team who manages it, and this is at Rocklin High School, and you can see here is the official account for this. Now, notice what's different here. This isn't necessarily one person, and when I started this process, this account was already made. And the name right here, Rocklin High School, and the account that goes with it, it says at Rocklin High School. Now, what if you are wanting to be able to begin this process, but there isn't an account? Well, the first thing you need to be able to do is go to Twitter and make sure you're not logged in anywhere. And you want to be able to go over, and I'm going to hop into a different browser over here. Go to twitter.com, and then you're going to want to go to sign up. When you click on the sign up button, it's going to ask you for some information. So here where you're going to put your full name, this isn't necessarily your own personal name. You want to start thinking about what your school is. So let's say if we were JFK Elementary, I'd put that in here. Then I would put in my email and a password to go with it. This password I can use if I want to be able to share this with other people at my site. And then from there, we now need to create an account. And I'm not going to walk us through the step, but the most important thing is you need to come up with what that username is going to be. You want it to be able to be recognizable and somewhat official. So if I jump back over here to the Rocklin High account, you can see we were able to get at Rocklin High. So you could be able to think, so we're known as the Rocklin Thunder. Other things that we could have looked for were at Rocklin Thunder or at Rocklin High School. And so these are some of the things you want to think about as you start setting up your account for the first time. After you get it set up, like I said, you can share that login information, those credentials, the username and password with anybody else, assistant principals, teachers, people that you find responsible who can be able to help manage this. So now that you got your account, you want to start thinking about how to be able to get your message out. We're going to talk in later episodes about how to be able to start interacting with your staff and connecting with them. But for this one, we really want to focus on branding your message. So on my account right here for Rocklin High School, I can see how to be able to post would be, in the upper right-hand corner, I would click on the tweet button. When that comes up, comes the compose window. Here I can talk about share our thoughts. And basically there's two things that we think that if you are running a school account, you should really do. I'm going to write them here. One is you should promote. You should really promote the things that are happening at your school, things that are about to happen. You are, in many ways, marketing your organization. So this is talking about the things in the future that are happening. And the other side of that is we can promote, but the other one is we can also celebrate. So if you think of promote as the upcoming, then you could think the celebrate as the after. And so keeping that in mind, what you should be tweeting out from this account would be, hey, look at the upcoming game that's coming, or the winter festival, or open house, back to school night, things like that. And basically take that same approach to things that have already happened for the celebrate piece. So celebrate is now we're going to talk about and briefly say what a wonderful experience that was, or here are some photos of the event that happened. Check out our kids who came back from our 5th grade field trip or from whatever. So keep those two things in mind, promote and celebrate, and you'll definitely get the hang of how to be able to tell your school story. So I'm going to get rid of that there, because the main thing I want to be able to do now is think about if I'm going to be able to push this out. Let's go jump back into the account here. I can see that Rocklin High School has about 1,700 followers. Now, if I want to be able to put something out, if I want to be able to tweet something out, I need the realization that this is only one moment in time, and it may not necessarily have a lot of people who will be able to hear this and see this. It may go by. So I want to be able to attach something to this. I want to be able to put something that is searchable, and that is what the hashtag is all about. So a hashtag is interesting, is that if the account Rockland High School is owned and managed by a person with a password, a hashtag is quite different because nobody manages those. They are completely open to the public, and so some things you need to be aware of is that since it is open to the public, that means anybody can write with that particular hashtag. And thinking about your community, it could be the official account, it could be teachers, but it could also be parents, it could actually be students, it could be anybody. So keeping that in mind is that that is an open, just phrase in which that anybody can use. But what you need to be able to do is take the lead and think, what is that agreed upon term that we're all going to use? So I'm going to pretend. So what we use in Rockland at Rockland High Schools, we came up with one to talk about us celebrating us and being together. So we came up with "We Are Rockland." That's a shirt that we have used in the past and sort of a motto. And so now we just kind of turn that into a hashtag. And so if I type in "We Are Rockland," I can now search it here and see that realization. See that most of what is happening is ourself or different parts of us. Rockland High School sports, Rockland High School activities are all using that particular hashtag and sharing out those experiences. So we sort of branded this, but like I said, there's nothing official that you ultimately need to do. So let's pretend I'm another school. I'm going to pretend to be one of our middle schools, and our middle schools is Granite Oaks, and they are the Falcons. So I'm thinking about, okay, if I want to be able to use a hashtag, I need to be able to see if anything has been taken. So by searching for "We Are Rockland," it looks like nobody else is really using anything. So being that middle school, I'm going to think, okay, we're the Falcons, so let's find something kind of catchy. Falcons Nest. How about that? Let's see if anybody's using Falcons Nest. So if I do a search for hashtag Falcons Nest, I can see here that just last month, somebody named Power Falcons softball team had talked about it, and I can see another person named Andrew B talked about it, and I can see here's a girl making cookies, and she used Falcons Nest, and here's a baseball team Falcons Nest. So I realize is that a fair amount of people are using Falcons Nest, and it's a bit of the Wild West, basically, which means that first come, first serve. So if somebody is out there and they've used Falcons Nest, that means we need to kind of just let them have it. So I need to think of something else. So I'm going to try again. I'm going to think that we are Granite Oaks Middle School, GOMS, and then I'll do Falcons. See if there's anything out with GOMS Falcons. And by doing search, I can see no results. That's actually a good sign. That's the realization. There is nobody in the world in the history of Twitter who has ever written and tagged something with hashtag GOMS Falcons. That now makes the decision. Let's say I'm now going to grab on this thing and run with it and start tweeting. And every time I want to share something out, let's say I'm going to do, for example here, I'm going to say, great job, students, at our pep rally today. And then I would put in that hashtag, GOMS Falcons. And I'm not going to because this is all a fictional one, but I would hit tweet and now send that out there. Now, this is going to go nowhere because on the initial time I do it, because nobody knows about the GOMS Falcons. What I need to start doing is marketing this, which means that I need to put this in my email signature. I maybe want to put it on my business cards. I may want to make shirts for my staff and put it on there. I may want to even use that in our conversations. Hey, everybody, we're Falcon proud or something like that. And so if we keep pushing this message over and over and over again and start convincing our staff members to start using it, to start convincing other folks to start using it, it's going to get much more traction, and that's ultimately what's going to lead to this being successful. So I'm going to close this out because I don't necessarily need that. And I think that's a good start for us in the beginning. So if you're interested in get going, one, create that account. Oh, quickly, let me jump back into that account because I want to be able to show you your profile. So if I go to the Rockland High account, here is the profile itself, and realizing that you can start to start to be able to make this look official. And so by clicking on the name Rockland High School takes me to the account itself, and that's twitter.com/Rockland High. And now what I can see here is one, there's a picture across the top, a long horizontal picture. That is known as your banner image. Then you have a circular photo over here on the left-hand side. That is your profile picture. Then it lists how many tweets you've done, followers and such, and that's all of this stuff here. But on the left-hand side is sort of the official who I am and what I do. So there's the name, our handle. You could put a brief, a short 140 character sort of description of who you are. So we kept this one brief, just basically who we are, what our mascot is, our address, and you can even put like a web address. Now I realize I'm going to jump in here like, hey, this isn't correct, so I'm going to jump in to edit this profile. And this is where I can change things. If I wanted to change the header, change the profile, I can do that. Not a bad idea. What I would probably recommend is keep your profile picture the same all the time. Keep this always on there as to identify your school, but you can change your background. Changing this header photo is a nice way to be able to make things a bit more welcoming to users as they come back. And you can change these things. Let's say if you are having a fall carnival, change it to a picture of what just happened, or do you have a big game coming up, change it to a picture of the kids in the crowd or something like that. So this is ultimately where I can change things to. It's nice. Many of our schools are really connected to colors. So let's say we are a blue color, so I can actually click on a particular one of these colors, or even if I want to be able, if we had a specific color, I can get that color code if I know what that is. And you can change this information. So I can see right here, like we have an issue. We have changed our website recently. So we are rhs.rocklandusd.org. All right. That is our address. Birthday. Now you can maybe put the year of the school. So I'm going to put the year our school opened up in 1993 and hit save changes. And, it says we must have a year. I'm going to do this at the beginning. We'll say August 1st and hit save changes. And now here we go. There is our updated bio information. So I hope you can take this information about how to set up and create an official looking account and start really getting out there, coming up with that brand, and start connecting with people and sharing out. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and look forward to connecting with you with future episodes.